Howdy folks, it's the Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to X-Plane 11. It just started raining, literally as I hit record. So we'll see if we can keep this, because real world weather is turned on, and we are in the default trike today. It is technically, what do they technically call this thing? The Aero-Works Aerolite 103 Ultralight. Cute little 20 nautical mile flight in Switzerland. That's the plan from Lausanne Airport. Lima Sierra Golf Lima, 20 nautical miles to the north, over to what? Lima Sierra Golf Yankee. We'll see if we can keep world weather on for this. We'll see. We will see. Evening flight. It's getting pretty late, so the sun is going down. The clouds are rolling in. VFR, ultralight. I don't know if you would fly this in this weather in real life. Probably not. But we'll see. I wanted to see the mountains, but they're kind of fogged in. But that's okay. We've had a lot of mountainous flights lately. So anyway, without further ado, let's see if we can spin into this thing and hop inside. Ooh, that was bad. Hop inside and get this thing started up. Don't have a checklist for this. We just have presets for everything. So fuel forward on my yoke. Megs, master, and start. Is that all it is? That's all it is. Alright, world weather's turned on, so let's get some wind. Whoa, what was that? Let's get some wind, shall we? Wind variable, roughly 260. So 26, we have a 26. We got a 36, which is north. We have an 18, which is south. 260 is pretty much from the west. So I guess we're going to use this runway here heading south, because wind is like from this way. Barely. So complete crosswind. Oh boy. Alright, let's taxi. Let's get out of here. It's going to be that quick and easy. Let's get first set of flaps down. I think there's just one set. Oh, there are two sets of flaps. Flap overspeed. It's structural. What? I'm doing 5 knots. Weird. Is there that much wind that you add the wind together? Yeah, look. I have like full right rudder and we're barely going. Okay, but the wind should be from the other way though. Interesting. Oh, that's because this is 18. Where are we? Wait, no, 18 is what we want. Yeah, 18 is what we want. No lights or anything. It's super simple. You just kind of hop in and go, kind of like you're on a little four-wheeler or something. It's just a matter of, can we handle this weather? The flaps already got mad. We weren't even moving. So we'll see. Damage is turned on, so if that happens again in the air, we will crash and burn. So we gotta be very careful. Here we go. Should just pop up on its own, and it does. And there's that wind I was talking about. Holy crazy! Oh my gosh. That wind is nuts. Okay, let's see if we can regain control. We're going into the wind now, that's why I can go straight. But as soon as we go out of the wind, watch what's gonna happen. See that? I'm fighting both rudders and yoke. See, when we're out of the wind, it's crazy. But when we're in the wind, which is from right here, it's still crazy because the wind is over here. It starts to get smoother, see? Wow. Ooh, this is, whoa. We just took off on a cliff. This is amazing. So anyway, the plan is simply head towards the north, follow the lake, and land on those at the lake. That's the plan. Question is, can we sightsee while I fly this thing by hand without crashing because of the crazy weather? I want to get a screenshot of that. Man, oh man. That's gorgeous. Okay, so far so good because we're into the wind. But if we ever go out of that wind, we're going to have some serious problems here. Look at that cliff. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And look how dense the autogen is, because it's a dense city with European autogen. Look at that. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm glad we chose to do this in a slow little thing. Look at that down there. Problem is, in this weather, this is really difficult to fly. I'm really fighting everything. Look at that. Okay, let's hop inside because it's way easier. Wow, let me turn on my personal volume so it doesn't bleed. Look at that. Look at how the road goes right through that town. Wow. Man, this is a lot of work. Okay, We want to head north. I think there's a... I thought there's a compass on here. I guess not. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, flaps here and everything. Let's pull up the map on our lap here, which will be strapped to our map. We're heading... We got to turn around, right? So where are we heading? We're heading towards this lake. We're going to LSGN? LSGY. Right here, before the lake. So let's turn around to the right so we don't run into the mountains. And we'll have a go at this here. Let's try to fly this whole thing without any cuts and editing. Just because it's going to be so quick and so gorgeous. We're just going to fly all the way around. I want to do an outside view, but it's kind of difficult to do right now. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm glad I kept real world weather on. That's the only way to do it. Alright, let me shut up a little bit while we fly. Alright, so we're trying to follow this ridge line. See the water? We're headed for right there. So we're trying to follow this ridge line, but we keep getting blown around so much that it's hard to stay where I need to stay. But we just have to keep fighting it here. I want to do more outside views with you, but that just isn't working. It's just too windy to do from the outside. I mean, we'll try again in a minute, but let's just enjoy this together from the inside. Holy cow. Is it gusting or what? I don't know what's going on, but very difficult to fly this thing right now, but it's fun. It's worth it. It's just going to take a very long time to go a whole 20 nautical miles. During that sightseeing shot, you could definitely see the wind just taking us wherever it wants to take us. But we're just gonna follow this highway down here. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna figure out where we are. Because this is a VFR flight after all, so you have to use landmarks and things. That's just how you do it. Wow, this is hard. The wind took us again. Let's stay steady. Stay steady while we look around at all the towns. Oh, this is so much fun. So much fun. Alright, let's pull up our map here and see where airport is. So if we follow the road around and aim for that lake, it's going to be right from us. It's going to look like the end of the lake. What do we have for elevation? 1,400 feet. Wind is from 330, so almost north to north. So we're going to land at runway 23 or 5. We're going to land at runway 5. So it's going to be a straight in landing with a crosswind. Then from the left, pretty strong one from the left too, which will make sense because when we're looking outside, it definitely looked like a very strong crosswind from the left. All right, I'm going to shut up again and try to give you some sightseeing while I follow this road. Look at this crosswind. We're going in this direction, but look how we're pointing. Wow, I'm going to try to give you some sightseeing from the outside. We will see. This wind is killing me. This is so difficult. But it's worth it. It is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. We just want to make sure we don't get blown into this ridge here. We're just going to keep aiming for this lake. I still don't see the airport. I'm sure we'll see it in time to land. We're not very high, but just in case, we'll need to... we'll circle land if we need to. Now keep in mind, with this really strong wind from the left, it's going to be an insane crosswind landing, which I'm sure exceeds what this thing is tested for. So we would expect to crash and burn, I guess, given we're probably beyond tested limits. Look at this. I'm going left, and we get blown this way into this bridge. Look at this. It's like we're not making any forward progress at all. Oh my goodness. Kind of cool that we left the towns and now we're up by the countryside. Another town over there. What a gorgeous area. It must be gorgeous to live here. Look at that. We're below the train. It's such a gradual rising train up that ridge. Now we're actually below it. Alright, let's see. Do we see an airport yet? Oh, there's the water. Where's the airport? That isn't water. That's cloud. That's the train blending that I have cranked up. So that looks really nice. The water's over here behind this ridge. We actually have to go around this whole thing in the airport. See, there's the water. The airport should be right in here somewhere, I think. I don't know. I'm going to try to get some more sightseeing. We'll see how this goes. Oh my gosh, wish me luck. So the airport should be directly in front of us, but I don't see it. I can't really take out binoculars because that's in our way, but I don't see it quite yet. It's out there somewhere. Oof, this is hard. But so far we haven't crashed. We got blown into the ridge here a little bit, but we haven't crashed yet. This wind keeps changing its mind. The weather keeps changing its mind. It got it clear there for a minute as well, but we're definitely out on the countryside within the mountainous area in this nice, beautiful valley. Wow, just amazing. Where is this airport? And why are there silos right through the road? I do have the tree lines and farms add-on. If you look, see what I'm talking about, right in the windscreen right now. See that? Right there. Right in the center. Boom. Silos in the road. The tree line of farms add-on puts farm buildings in farmland. There you can see it just off the shield there. It also puts trees along roads. So this here, this is an add-on that I have. All these trees along the road it's an add-on. So is that, even less in the wrong spot. And then there's a separate one for Japan and a separate one for Switzerland, or New Zealand, I think. Just adds a little bit of realism, you know, trees along the farmland roads. See that? You don't notice it until I point it out, but you would notice if it were missing. I have HD4 mesh wherever possible. Otherwise, everything else is default scenery, except all my settings are absolutely cranked, except reflections, because I don't like how reflections update so slowly. Everything's cranked. We normally get between 60 and 80 frames per second, even in the most populated areas, dense areas, with heavy cloud cover, or even sporadic cloud cover, because that actually takes more. You still get in the 40s. What's that noise? Every once in a while, there's a cop car. We'll get in the 30s, but Usually 40s at worst, 60s to 80s. And that's with all my stuff cranked up. Very few add-ons though. SkyMaxx Pro add-on, tree lines and farm, and HD4 mesh. I haven't spoken about those details in many videos, and people always ask, so there you go. There's a little update for you. Alrighty. Another little town. They're probably wondering, what is that idiot doing in an ultralight on a day like today? That car's going really fast for a neighborhood. Oh, how gorgeous. Alrighty. Everybody knows I love VFR flights. The scenery and detail and eye candy is good enough for me, so I enjoy it. Is that our airport right here? I wonder if that's our airport. Let's get closer and have a look. Wow, look at that gorgeous lakeside town. So when I think of all these areas, like where we are right now, let's take this as an example right now. I think of all these areas, all these gorgeous mountain valley towns, mountain towns, plateau towns, lakeside towns where you look out the window, stretching in front of your window in the morning, looking at the sunrise come over the mountains. I look at all this stuff and I think utopia. What I forget is there's probably crime, right? There's probably murder. There's probably all that stuff. I just don't think of it. I just think like eternal bliss utopia whenever I see these areas. But I forget the reality is I'm sure there's poverty, I'm sure there's crime, I'm sure there's all that stuff, you know? I'm just too ignorant to understand the extent of it. I just think it's all perfect utopia. So people probably think that same way. Oh, you live in Minnesota, it's supposed to be such a nice area, 4 distinct seasons. No, we only have 3 seasons: winter, summer, and road construction. We don't have spring and fall. People say they love fall in Minnesota. I've never experienced fall in Minnesota. It goes from 91 to 30 degrees. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm sure people think, oh, how nice, but no, we've got crime. Well, if you've been watching the news lately, you know what it's been like around here. So anyway, that's my ignorance for the day, is looking around, assuming it's this gorgeous, perfect, but I'm sure it's not. But I want to think it is. Let me think it is. Alrighty, let's turn down on the final, since that obviously is our runway. It's a very long runway for us. It's very windy for us. What we're going to do is we're going to come in hot. We'll put first set of flaps at the last second, land at the last second. We're going to have an insane crosswind from the left. We'll try to execute a crosswind landing in this thing, but I'm sure it far exceeds any demonstrated rating. So, you know, when you look at an airplane, it'll be like, you'll say a little sticker will be like, crosswind demonstration 20 knots or 13 knots or whatever, right? That's means that's what it's been tested to. It's expected you can go a little more severe than that, but it hasn't been tested. So if you do something in practice beyond that, your butt is not covered. So I'm sure we've exceeded all limits in this thing. So we'll try to land. It's not going to be pretty. It's never pretty in this thing anyway, because I can never judge the ground. So I think we're about to touch down and we're still like 20 feet up. It's that whole lack of peripheral vision. So we're going straight in, even though we're pointing that far to the left. So we'll try to land. I expect to crash and burn, but we'll try. We have to come down, right? We can't fly around forever. So let's see here. I want to sightsee again, but we can't, so we'll just review the video at some point if you want to. But look at that utopian lakeside town. Crawl out of bed with your significant other. Stare out the window, watch the sunrise, watch the sunset, and just enjoy the view. Wow, you hear this ultralight in the distance trying to land in this weather. Alright, we're not coming down at all, are we? I just don't want to lose too much speed, so let's just come down. Watch our speed though, because we don't have any flaps out yet. Let's try to stay above 50 till we get flaps out. Come on, we can do this. Can we do this? I don't know. Holy moly, rock and rolly. Alright, let's do first set of flaps anyway, just because we're getting so slow. And whoa, oh, it grabbed us when those flaps came out. Oh, I can't get back. Nope, keep that speed up, keep that speed up. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. This wind is nuts. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, this is awful. This is so awful. Okay, how are we gonna do this? We're just gonna pray and hope for the best. Oh gosh, crosswind, let's slip it in, let's slip it in, slip it in, slip it in, slip it in, slip it in. No, don't stall, slip it in, get down, slip it in, too much slip, too much slip. The wind is holding us in place. Oof. There, hey. That was only like a 100 foot per minute drop. That would have been slightly uncomfortable and scary, but we would have been fine. Holy cow. Okay. We'll take it. That was really scary at the end. It was like we were sitting, like we're hovering almost. Well, I'm fighting the rudders back and forth super hard to keep straight. You can't see it, but oh my gosh, my feet are moving like crazy. It's like I'm running in place. My feet are moving back and forth to keep this held. Come on. Come on. Let's slow down and get out of this runway right now. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Come on. Can we do it? Oh my gosh, the brakes. Brakes, where are you? There we go. Okay. Oh man, we don't want to do that again if we don't have to. Let's get over to the little hangar and park this thing and be done. Wow, that was crazy. Fun though. In fact, that's probably one of my better landings in this thing. Normally we drop like a rock in the sky. Let's just park right here, check for any damage, although that wasn't too bad, especially given the circumstances. Let's park this thing, set the parking brake, come up here I think, and turn everything off, fuel off, come out here, and that is it. Wow. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for us. A very simple VFR flight in Switzerland. Looks like it stopped raining. So started raining right when I recorded. Stopped raining as we're finishing up. Go figure. That's how it was when I was grilling last night. I wanted to quick grill before the rainstorm. Just got started. Downpour. Stopped raining when the food was cooking. Went out to get the food. Downpour. I'm sure my neighbors thought it was hilarious. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you for your continuing support. I have a bunch more flights planned, but I'm going to space them out a little bit so you have a chance to watch all these, which is why I do that, by the way, in case you're wondering why I space them out so much, so people have a chance to actually watch them, since they do get to be a bit long. So anyway, enough from me today, and I'll see you next time.